Well, let's get more on that dramatic late-night speech by Iraq's Prime Minister Maliki. I'm joined by Arash Aramesh, National Security Analyst at Palo Alto in California. Lovely to see you there, Arash. Just looking at the speech that was made by Mr. Maliki, and it seems to make the political crisis in Iraq even worse. Why do you think he's done this?
Maliki is, for all practical purposes, is finished in Iraqi politics. He does not even have the support of his own Shiite political bloc. He has some support left within the bloc with which he won an election, but the sort of umbrella Shiite groups loyal to Mr. Hakim, groups loyal to Muqtada al-Sadr, have for months now said they're no longer supporting Maliki. It seems the only element of support for Maliki are some circles in Iran. And I'm not sure for how much longer are Iranians going to support a prime minister who clearly has no future in Iraqi politics. Let's be clear here. What happened was American airstrikes have, to some extent, have stopped the advances of ISIS, the Islamic State. Is it because of these this stop in ISIS advancement that Mr. Maliki all of a sudden feels emboldened? I'm not sure, but if there is going to be a political solution to this problem, Maliki has lost all credibility. And let's not forget, all of this happened. Fallujah gone in January, Mosul gone 2 months ago, ISIS at the gates of Erbil under Maliki's watch.
Well, does this now mean that that's it for Iraq as a state and as we know it then?
Iraq as a state has ceased to function for some time. There is an autonomous Kurdish region in the north. About a third of the country is under the control of a terrorist organization. So they have now achieved what Al-Qaeda could have never achieved. About a third of Syria and about a third or maybe a quarter of Iraq under terrorist control. Maliki is in control of Baghdad. He has some support in major Shiite cities and Basra. But again, let's not forget that Maliki is not the only Shiite politician and the only Shiite leader. Even the Shiite bloc here is somewhat fractured. There are other forces, there are other elements asking for Maliki to step down. The deputy speaker of the parliament, who's a Shiite, just said a few minutes ago, actually, on a tweet, that the new government that is going to be nominated by the new Iraqi president, who's a Kurd, is probably not going to include Mr. Maliki. So when Maliki brings in Shiite militias and loyal police forces to the streets, is he committing a coup against his own government or the government of the president who was just recently seated?
So what do you think about Washington's reaction to this? They certainly have been backing the president, Massoum.
Clearly, Washington is not happy about this development. One of the reasons that the Obama administration has offered for their refusal to get involved in Iraq was that with Maliki in the picture, there will be no political resolution. And without a political resolution, our bombing of ISIS sites and ISIS forces alone is not going to solve the problem. I do believe that there is a military solution, but that military solution alone is not going to solve the problem entirely. We can bomb ISIS back. We can provide air cover for Kurdish Peshmergas or for some Iraqi fighters, but without a political solution, it's all futile. Maliki has to step down, but I think he thinks he's a dead man if he steps down. He looks to the west to Syria and sees what's happening there. He looks south and southwest to other countries where Gaddafi was toppled. I'm not saying this is a similar situation here, but without support, Maliki is fighting and clinging to power because he's worried for his own political and perhaps personal future as well.
Okay, Arash, always lovely to speak to you. Thank you for that.